Time for baseball on the show from the bank. Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. A good one on tap for you this afternoon between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Philadelphia Phillies. These two should provide some big-time fireworks. First pitch is coming up. Adam Morgan, a left-handed Floridian, will get the starting assignment. What do you have for us on him, EK?
Well, guys, he's been what you would call a fourth or fifth starter. Got a career ERA of over 4, but he will give you innings, and he is dependable.
Robin Yount makes his way to the plate, and we are ready for some daytime baseball.
For Milwaukee, shortstop, Robin Yount.
And we are underway this afternoon as the first pitch is over for a called strike one.
First pitch, 1 o'clock.
A swinging bunt to the mound. Throws in time, and that's out number 1. And a look now at the batting order for the visiting Milwaukee Brewers. Steve, what's the key for them here today?
Well, how about come out here and just swing for the trees? This is a great hitter's park, and you might need a big showing out of your offense to give them a chance to win. So this is the place to do it.
Stepping in, Hernan Perez. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Into the windup and the pitch. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. And he missed with it. It's 1-2. All in all, a great afternoon for baseball. 73 degrees here at first pitch. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Swung on and chopped up the middle. Galvis has it. Throw gets him. 2 down. And with a quick breather here, let's take a look at how the Phils will set up on D. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Hey, guys, Herrera can absolutely fly in the outfield. He's got that good, quick first step, runs tight, efficient routes, and he follows the ball as well as anybody when it's in the air. Should be a great outfielder for a long time to come.
Ryan Braun gets his first opportunity now in the top of the first with nobody on. First pitch coming. Here it is. This is line to left. Solid base hit for him, his first of the afternoon.
You think he was looking for a fastball there? I think he was. That's about as hard a hit ball as you're going to see, and he was right on that one.
Chris Carter will get a shot here with 2 away and a runner at first now following the base hit.
And that 2-out single seemed harmless enough, but anytime you extend the inning to allow this guy to get a shot with a runner on, you better be careful.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Pitch inside. The throw. It's high, but he comes down with it to make the tag as he's caught stealing at second, and the inning is over. Brewers go down quietly. Now it'll be the Phillies' turn. No score. Matt Garza is on the mound for the Brewers in this one. EK, what's the word on him?
Well, guys, he's got a career ERA under 4. For a starting pitcher, that is very dependable. They're just looking for a consistent start here in this one.
Cesar Hernandez comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Second baseman, Cesar Hernandez.
And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike one. And that's in there as well. 0-2 now.
A little bit of hang time there to that curveball. I don't think that's exactly where he's going to want to throw that pitch going forward. It worked out right there, but he better find a little extra snap on that pitch in the future.
Lays off that time, and it's 1-2.
Not a real good 0-2 there. You don't necessarily want it in the zone, but you do want to at least give him something to think about.
Hit hard towards center, and that's a base hit, so the leadoff man's aboard to start off the home half of the first.
So far, so good. They get a scoreless top of the first, and now a leadoff single to start things in their half.
Into the box now, Freddie Galvis, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here. Garza pauses. Here's the first pitch. Now a fastball to start things out. Didn't miss by a lot, but it's 1-0. Well, time to look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Dave Lawrence.
I think Lawrence is pretty consistent and respected for his strike zone. He doesn't seem to miss many pitches too often.
Swing and a little tapper. Throw on to first in time, one away. A moment now to check out the hometown Phil's starting lineup. Steve, how do they send these fans home happy here today?
I think you're going to have to try to get on the board early and then don't let your foot off the gas. You've got to keep pressure on this club to not let them back in a ball game.
Coming to the plate now, Mike Schmidt, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities early in a ball game. It can change the entire complexion of the game if you can put the other guys on their heels right away.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Chopped foul right at home plate. One out and a runner on second base. Fastball. Whoa, look out. That just about got him in the coconut.
And we're going to see a lot more of this because this is a guy who's let it be known that he will work inside. He'll even back you off the plate if he has to.
And that's going to be high, 2-2 now.
And when he's down 0-2, he's smart enough to know guys are going to try and get him to chase. So now at 2-2, he's got himself back to a spot where he doesn't have to go after a pitcher's pitch.
A full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And you can just sense him starting to tense up out there on the mound. They had him down 0-2, and now he's struggling to make the perfect pitch, and it's not happening.
Hit hard to the right side. Foul. Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Has to be thinking strikeout here. A little bouncer, but it gets foul.
Just finding a way to stay alive up there.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. And he finally wins the battle as this is swung on and missed for the second out. And with that, let's take a look at the Brewers defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, Ryan Braun has always been known as one of those power hitters. But he's also got a power arm and can cover some ground in that outfield. Very reliable, plays a smart defensive outfield. Always an asset in any game.
Odubel Herrera, the hitter now with a chance to pick up that runner from second with 2 away.
And this could prove to be a huge at-bat in this game because you don't want to let these type of scoring opportunities slip away early.
And this is just off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Hit on the ground down the first baseline, but a foul ball, 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And this one's up around the eyes, 2-1. All the way here to start the at-bat.
And that's fine, but you can't be afraid to work inside. You can jam this guy. Get him to roll over something. You don't have to strike him out.
Set to deliver on 2-1. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Oh, with every pitch it misses, he just keeps digging himself a deeper and deeper hole.
Set. Here's the 3-1. 3-1 is a fastball, and he can't connect. 3-2.
And on the mound, you'd like to finish this off, but still, you don't have to lay one in there on 3-2.
Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. High in the air and deep to left center field. Braun looking up. Gone! So a 2-run shot to left center as the Phillies have taken a 2-0 lead.
And if he was guessing up there, he was guessing right because he's all over that thing like a shaggy dog, and he drives it over the wall.
Standing in now, Cameron Rupp. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1.
Well, he's really had to work hard here in this first inning. And you got to wonder, how much is that going to take out of him?
Swung on, and this one's driven in the air as well to deep right field. Santana retreats to the track, and he'll put this one away. So a sigh of relief as the side is retired. But the fighting strike for a pair, both coming on this 2-run home run. Second inning coming up. It's now 2-0 Philly. Chris Carter makes his way to the plate. He'll get us started here in the top of the second.
And this is a guy that can make a big change in this game with one swing of the bat because you know he has big-time power.
Out in front of it, strike 1. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Right over the top with that curveball, and it's 0-2.
Well, if he's going to overcommit to pitches like that down in the zone, I'd keep throwing him until he proves he can lay off.
Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first down.
Well, you know, Eric and I like to talk a lot about pitchers keeping hitters off balance at the plate. And this is an excellent illustration of what we're talking about. Now, we didn't like to be off balance at the plate, but this is what you get. He goes fast, then slow, fast, then slow. They never give him the same pitch or the same speed twice in a row. And that's how you keep a guy's timing all messed up.
Stepping in now, Domingo Santana. As with one away, he won't catch up with the fastball, and it's 0-1.
That's just a great spot for the fastball against a hitter like this. Just off the plate enough to make him offer, but not good enough that he can do anything with it.
To first, fielded by Howard. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now.
Batting sixth, center fielder number 10, Kirk Neuenhuis.
Kirk Neuenhuis into the box here in the top of the second, looking to keep this inning going. And he throws the fastball by him here. 0-1. Now a fastball here, not close, and it's 1-1 now. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Takes that one a little bit low. 3 balls and a strike now.
Good at bat so far here with 2 away. You're going to go down in order. At least make that guy work for it. Got himself back into a fastball count now.
Fastball is taken for a strike, and he runs it full 3-2. Two out, nobody on. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee. They're still down. It's 2-0. Ryan Howard strides into the box now to lead off the home half of the second inning.
And they jumped out to that early lead, so now it's all about just adding on.
Garza's ready. First pitch on the way. Here's a slider to start things out. Looked at for ball 1. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Maybe too much break on the slider. 2-1.
Here we go again. He's fallen behind already here to start the second. I guess he didn't learn his lesson.
Oh, and not an easy pitch to lay off of, but he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1.
And they know full well the threat that this guy poses. So even down 3-1, I can't imagine he's going to get anything that he can drive right here.
Now a fastball swung on and missed, and it's full 3-2.
But this is the thing that's so impressive about this guy. He'll show you that good breaking ball, but then he'll run that fastball up the ladder at 92, 93.
And he takes ball 4. Leadoff man's aboard here to begin the home half of the second.
Wow, just a great at-bat right there. Simple as that. Patient, laid off some tough pitches. He was rewarded.
Aaron Altair will stand in now following the leadoff walk, and might we see a bunt attempt here in a 2-run ball game?
Every extra run helps. It's a possibility, but I think they'll probably let him take his chances swinging away.
First pitch of the at-bat. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball one. 1-0.
Now, this second inning's not starting out any better than the first.
That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. Hit on the ground to short. To second for one. On to Carter, and it's in time for a double play.
Well, if you want to go by the numbers, somewhere around 37% of leadoff walks come around to score. Now, EK, I know you didn't know that, but that won't be an issue here as he bounces right back and he gets himself the double play.
Here's Peter Borges standing in. As he'll swing and hit this one hard but foul off to the left and out of play. The windup and the 0-1. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. In for a strike, and he jumps ahead 1-2 now.
Nothing fancy. 3 fastballs so far in this at bat. He could go just about anywhere from here.
And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. Just the second inning, but already 37 pitches to this point. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. Down quickly go the Phillies. After 2, it's a 2-0 ball game. The city's founder, William Penn, seen there at Top City Hall here in Philadelphia, as we welcome you back to baseball on the show.
Leading off
Number 9 leads it off here. Bottom third of the order set to go here in the third.
Well, he's faced the minimum so far, and obviously it's still early, but they need to get something going because you can't let this guy settle in out there.
First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. That evens it up 1-1. Well, they'll run this one in on him, and he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1-2 now.
Yeah, that's in a great spot, too. Just hard, late movement working down and in.
And here's a slider. Strike 3 called, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
You don't need to be a lip reader or an expert in body language to know that he was not thrilled with that call. You know, just about every umpire has a different interpretation of what a high strike should be, but none of them like it when guys carry on like this. You got to be careful.
Into the box, Jake Elmore. Down the third baseline. And that's through for a hit.
Yeah, this might have caught a little too much of the inside part of the plate. I think he wants this in a little tighter, but didn't get it in all the way, and it winds up costing him.
In now, Matt Garza. Showing bunt here, but he takes ball one.
And you know, I've always thought if you're pretty sure a guy might be trying to bunt, then put that first pitch out of the strike zone. Make him show you his intentions. Maybe you get him to offer it something that he shouldn't.
1-0 pitch on the way. And they'll try to stay out of the double play here as he lays this one down. And it's not in time as he's in well ahead of the throw.
Well, this is a nice job here of giving himself up. You see him square and put this ball down over toward the right side of the infield, and that's just where you want it to be. They do put the tag on him, but, hey, he gets the job done.
Standing in now, Robin Yount. As he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike one. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Outside for a ball, 1-1. And he comes back with a fastball, 1-2 now.
Hard to believe he'd let that one go. That was right on a platter for him.
Jammed him a bit there as it's fouled at the plate. Strike three called, and the inning is over. Milwaukee leaves one. They trail it here 2-0. Adam Morgan digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
Leading up for the Phillies, pitcher Adam Morgan.
Garza steps into his windup. First pitch on its way. Back to work now is Garza as he jumps ahead of the leadoff man here, 0-1.
Yeah, and that's the swing of a guy hoping for a first pitch curveball right there. If he gets it, he hammers it. If not, he's about 3 feet too late.
That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2. And that's lifted the other way out to left. Braun has a play, 1 out.
Up next for Philadelphia, second baseman Cesar Hernandez.
Cesar Hernandez will stand in. He singled to lead off the home first.
Well, he hit the fastball, so we're going to see right here if they still come at him with the hard stuff.
Third baseman in tight, protecting the bunt, the first pitch. Just off the outside, and it's 1-0.
He wanted to go after that one, but that's a good eye to just watch it all the way in.
1 out, nobody on. And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now.
All right, now you've just seen 2 straight breaking pitches miss away, so as a hitter, you're going to eliminate that pitch. No way does he throw it a third time.
Very weakly on the ground. That rolls foul for strike 1. Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1. And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1. Freddie Galvis is on deck. And this misses for ball 4. The second walk he surrendered here in the first 3 innings.
The batter number 13, shortstop
Freddie Galvis stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
First pitch on its way. And he lays off there 1-0. Now a swing, and he pops it foul behind the plate. And he'll stay with it to put it away as they get their man here for the second out.
Maybe a pitch here that he's trying to do a little too much with. He just can't get on top of it and winds up an easy pop out.
Mike Schmidt is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
It was a pretty big strikeout, too, because he had a chance to drive in a run, so I'm sure he's going to be thinking about that missed opportunity for a little while.
And he'll hold off on the slider here to start the at-bat. It's ball one. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike.
Even though that's a strike, that's still not a bad take, because you're facing a guy that's already walked a few guys, so make him throw some more pitches. Run that pitch count up.
Here's a look over to first, and a dive, but he's back. A runner on first with 2 away. Up high, 2-1 now. There goes the runner. Pitch is high. The throw. And he'll be tagged out at second base. Trying to get into scoring position, but instead the inning is over. Phillies go down quietly there. They're up 2-0. Leading off the inning, Hernan Perez, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
Drops in a strike to start the at-bat, 0-1. Chopped weakly to the left. Fielded by Galvis. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th.
Wow, that's just a heck of a play at short. Once this ball gets over the pitcher's head, it becomes a do-or-die play. And you can see him field this thing and then whip it over to first all in one motion, and he just does get his man by about a step.
Here's Ryan Braun now, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
Boy, we're well into this ball game now, and he's thrown 70% first pitch strikes to all the hitters he's faced. And when you can get ahead, your results are going to turn out well.
And he misses with it. 1-1. Both teams with just 2 hits apiece thus far. And Braun's able to resist. The count moves in his favor. 2-1 now. That's a 3-1 now. And with the tying run in the on-deck circle, the question, does he take a look at another one here?
He just might. You're still going to see a good pitch on 3-2, even if this one's a strike.
Tap foul at home plate. Looking to avoid his first walk. And a liner foul into the seats down the right side. Hit hard up the middle and into center field as he's aboard with a 1-out single.
A good job there making a 2-strike adjustment. very compact there. He uses the middle of the field, and this just finds its way into center for a base hit.
Here's Chris Carter now. As the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball one. Looks like he employed the slide step on that last pitch.
Well, maybe you see a little cat and mouse game going between the pitcher and the runner right now. We'll see who wins this duel.
And a breaking ball in the dirt that time for a ball.
And this is what you got to do up there, Steve. You got to wait him out.
Yeah, and if you can lay off the off-speed stuff, that's when you're going to get your fastball to hit.
No runs, 3 hits, and no errors on the Milwaukee line score so far. Late swing on the hitter's count. Still a good count for him now, however, at 2-1. Throw over to the bag. A dive, but he's back. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. 2-2 count. Here it comes. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2.
And you know, as a hitter, with the runner at first and one out, I think I'm going to see something down in the zone because I know they want me to hit into a double play. Instead, they go ahead and they challenge him up, and I don't think he was expecting that.
Now we'll snap one off over to the bag, and the runner back safely. Stepping in now, Domingo Santana, as he'll take a look at ball one. Fastball at 88 that time. A ball and a strike. One and two now as this catches the outer half.
Now you can't look for a specific pitch. You just got to protect the plate.
Breaking ball. That's in the dirt as he takes a ball.
Yeah, and on 1 and 2, when you know the guy at the plate needs to protect, that's a great spot for that curveball. A lot of guys, they would have gone fishing for that.
This one misses, and that'll fill the count here. 3-2 with 2 away.
And now the benefit of you working the count to 3-2 is that runner gets a head start from first with 2 away.
2 out with the man at first. Hard hit ball to second. Reined in. Throw onto the big fella Howard at first, and with that, the inning is over. Brewers strand 1. They're down 2-0. Mike Schmidt is set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
Third baseman, Mike Schmidt.
Garza sets his sights. Here it is. A bit high there. A ball and no strikes. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. And that's taken for a strike on the inside corner. 2-1. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. And they'll chase this one down now out near the 387 sign. And he'll get in there standing up with a leadoff double.
Well, he smokes this ball right here. This is a fastball, and he's right on it. Drives it right into the left center field gap, and he's going to wind up on second with a leadoff double.
Into the box now, Odubel Herrera, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. Swinging a ball hit softly on the ground, but this will wind up a foul ball, strike two. And he'll just waste one there, 1-2. And tough fastball to lay off on 1-2, but he did, and it's 2-2 now. The 2-2 pitch. Hit pretty well out toward right center field. Santana going back on it, and goodbye. This one ain't coming back. So it's a two-run shot to right center, his second of the game, as the Phillies have opened things up now 4-0.
Well, it seems to me like we've seen this before. His second home run of the ball game. And it would seem to me that he hit that one harder than he did the last one. So he's definitely locked in.
In now, Cameron Rupp.
Catcher, Cameron.
As he'll take a look at a high strike that time, it's 0-1.
And for that guy right there, this is going to be an important inning. He's already given up 4 runs through 3. And you know, they need to get a minimum of 5, hopefully 6 innings out of him. So he needs to show something right here.
Hot shot down the line. And he tries for the backhand reach at third, but he gets by the glove down the line. And time will be called here as the pitching coach heads out to the mound and hopefully try and settle this guy down a bit. Ryan Howard will stand in. He drew base on balls his first time. Action now in the Milwaukee bullpen as they'll have a right-hander loosen up. From the stretch. And Garza will use the slider to his advantage at strike one.
This game has come down to location for him. He's thrown a first pitch strike less than 40% of the time. You can't pitch like that and expect to get good results.
The 0-1. Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1. Would you say he's not really finishing his pitches at this point?
That's a good way to put it. It looks like he's aiming a little too much, and that's not working for him.
That's on the corner to put him behind now, 1-2.
Yeah, the best way to neutralize this guy's power, just keep putting pitches right there.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. And Howard will wisely lay off that one as it's back to 2-2 now.
Yeah, and he's got to be careful not to give up yet another home run here in this inning. So you can see they're approaching with caution
A
here.
2-2 count. Here's the pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. In there, a base hit. The throw to third, and he is in there.
Oh, you know you got to like the hustle right here. This is a ball that's not hit all that hard, but it just sort of dunks out there towards the alley. And then when he realizes that they're taking their sweet time about it, he puts it into overdrive and makes it into second base.
Here comes the Milwaukee skipper up out of the dugout on his way to the mound. And the call is out. That's going to be it for Matt Garza. So he'll depart early here this afternoon as he just never got into any kind of groove out there. Taylor Youngman is going to come on and make an appearance here, though I suspect even he couldn't have predicted he'd be taking over in just the 4th inning. Into the box, Aaron Altair, as he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike 1.
Pretty cool right there. You know, it's so important in a tough spot to get that first pitch strike over, and he's able to jump ahead.
Runners at second and third here, nobody out. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
And now this is where you can be just a little bit more selective as a pitcher. You're looking for the strikeout. You certainly don't have to throw a strike in either of the next 2 pitches, so you got to see if you can get him to chase.
0-2 count, and the pitch. Can't quite get around in time to keep it fair, and it remains 0-2. And this one is past him, and that could be a run. And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
Well, you can forgive him for getting a little aggressive with this pitch on 0-2. He's looking for the strikeout, but this ball just has a mind of its own here, and it winds up getting away and allowing that runner to come in and score.
Three runs already home here. Tried to shoot the corner and he missed it. 2-2. Where do you go from here?
I think he's set up for something off speed. If you can put that changeup below his knees, he won't come within a foot of it.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and that's a much-needed first out there.
Well, after getting ahead here 0-2, he nibbles for a couple pitches, and then finally he just says, all right, I'm through with this. So he goes back to the fastball, just blows it right by him.
Here's Peter Borges standing in. A fastball here, and this is softly hit and fouled off to the left. One out and a runner on third. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Here's the 0-2. Line to the right side. Santana is there. Let's see if they test it. And even with two away now, that ball just didn't get out there deep enough, so they'll hold him at third base.
Here's another instance of a ball actually hit too hard to try to score on. He doesn't have to go all that far to make the play here, so it's probably a wise decision not to test his arm.
Stepping in now, Adam Morgan, as he'll come up empty there as he misses the off-speed pitch for strike one.
That first pitch change can be a tough one. A guy doesn't have any point of reference to work from, and he just can't help himself up there.
Hit hard back up the middle. And that is through into center field, a base hit. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run's in to score from third. It's a 6-0 ball game.
Another run home to score in the inning, and it's not going to be charged to him, but still, he's got to find some way to get his guys out of this already.
Cesar Hernandez steps in to try and keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single.
And that's a nice job right there to drive in the run by the last guy, and it can definitely fire up a team when someone comes through big time with 2 outs.
There's a first pitch curveball trying to come back to the outside corner. Didn't get it that time. It's ball one.
And this is a guy that needs to throw that curveball for strikes.
Yeah, when he doesn't have command on it, that's when he has to lean on his fastball. And sometimes that'll get him in trouble.
1-0 is a curveball that's over for strike one. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. Two-one, here it is. To 2-2 now. 4 runs here in this half inning. Tried to fool him with the changeup, but he won't offer at it. 3-2. Freddie Galvis would be next if they can keep this inning alive. Line drive to left. And that'll get down for a base hit.
Yeah, and you know, he just couldn't put him away here with 2 strikes. He goes to the fastball, hoping to get out of the inning, but this is hit pretty hard, and now he's got a second man on base to deal with, 2 away.
Standing in now, Freddie Galvis, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. And he watches one dip low and inside for a ball. 1-1. Squared that one up just a little late. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. Now this pitch is lined into left center field. That's a base hit. Braun able to get it in, and that's going to hold the runner down at third base.
This is a nice play out there in left center. I figured once this ball got down, they'd try and wave that runner around third, but he gets it in quickly out there, and they force that third base coach to throw up the stop sign.
In now, Mike Schmidt. And he'll watch one miss up and away for a ball. 1-0.
Well, you know, 3 straight hits are bad enough, but now he's making things even worse by falling behind the next guy.
Bases are loaded here, 2 down. Now this pitch sails up and in, and that leaves him muttering to himself. It's ball 2.
Oh, that's what you call getting in tight with the fastball.
Too far out in front that time. He can't keep it fair. 2-1. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, and it's even at 2-2. And this misses, so it'll set up a big pitch coming up. It's full 3-2. EK, where are you going now on 3-2?
I still got to work a corner. Not just going to throw it right down the middle and grab a strike. Can't be a giveaway pitch.
Just hung in there on that one. Has to challenge him here. And that misses. Ball 4. A run will come in to score.
This was one of those no-win situations here. You hate to walk anybody, and you certainly hate to force in a run, but with a dangerous hitter up there, you'd also rather give up 1 run rather than 4. So if he could find a way to get this next guy, this could work out for him in the end.
First offering on its way. And that's in there for strike one. That look says it all in the third base dugout.
That's not the look of a guy who's going to be sleeping well tonight, is it?
2 out, bases loaded. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1.
Very tempting up there, but that's also a pitch that a lot of guys will pop up. So that's a nice job of laying off.
In the dirt and blocked behind the plate. Runners may have thought about it, but they'll stay put, and the count moves to 2-1. And this could be trouble now. It's 3-1. In danger now of a second walk out of the bullpen.
Not exactly providing relief. He's got to find it here somehow.
Bases are loaded here, 2 down. Lofted in the air out to right field. Santana moving to his left. And the inning is over. Another good inning here for the Phillies, and the brotherly love is in abundance now. We're back in Philadelphia right after this. Kirk Neuenhuis heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
Boy, they've got some work to do here, but there's still a lot of time left in this game, so just chip away, chip away.
And the slider is low and inside as he just about got him there. Chopped foul wide of first. Slapped hard the opposite way, but he'll hardly need to move out there in left as this is hauled in for the first out. Number 9 will dig in. 0 for 1 in the ballgame. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Watches a fastball right there for strike one.
And you know what, guys? I have been really impressed so far. Not only has he used his fastball well, but he's also spotted it well. I mean, that is perfect location right on the knees.
1-2 as the changeup had him out in front there.
Boy, he is putting on a clinic out there right now. These guys don't know what to look for.
And this is swung on and missed, so it's 2 up, 2 down to start the 5th. Settling in now, Jake Elmore. He reached on a single in his first try.
Elmore.
First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1.
Well on his way to another good inning right here, and you see the pitch count. It's not even close to being a factor just yet.
Not close. It's 2-0. And he gets this fastball over. It's 2-1. In there, and it's even now, 2-2.
Yeah, 1 pitch away now from getting through 5 shutout innings. And I'll tell you what, the way he's throwing, this could turn out to be a night off for the bullpen.
Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And he will indeed make the play in foul territory to retire the side. Gone in order are the Brewers. Cameron Rupp will start things out for the Phillies with the dangerous Ryan Howard waiting on deck.
Cameron Rupp.
And a high strike there, 0-1. Chop foul over towards the dugout. And another foul ball. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
And that's a good 0-2 pitch there. It's a little up, it's a little out, but it's close enough that a hitter's basically forced to go after it.
Here's big Ryan Howard now, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. That's smoked, but right into the shift. On to first, and the shift pays off there as Howard is retired for the second out.
And you know, normally when you see a play like this, you figure if this guy's all the way out into the outfield like he is right there, you figure he's already in the shift. But actually, this is all range right there. He's way out on the outfield grass, and he's able to gather this thing up and make the play from a tough angle, too.
Into the box now, Aaron Altair. Look out, a fastball up near his dome, and that'll wake you up a bit. And a bouncing ball, foul. One pitch, a curveball that's right there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lofted in the air out toward right center. And that's in there. Base hit.
As we look at that again, you know, this is not a bad pitch by any stretch. If he throws this pitch 10 times, I bet he gets him out 9 of them. But here you just have to tip your cap to the guy at the plate.
Peter Borges will dig in now. He's struck out and lined out in his first 2 at-bats.
Yeah, he hit that ball pretty hard on the line out. He just couldn't get it to fall for him.
He's set. Here it comes. Lays off 1-0. Seven runs, 10 hits, and no errors on the ledger for the Phillies to this point. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
That's going to give him another great hitting count here on 2-0. No wonder they're up by 7.
Two 2-0 count. Here it comes. And here's a fastball for a strike. 2-1 now. Lays off the changeup, and he's ahead in the count now. 3-1.
Well, this is a good fastball spot for him now, and keep in mind, he's got a big hole on that right side of the infield.
High and deep to left center field. Back goes Braun, but he can't get it as it's off the wall. Around third and being waved on home. And he will beat the tag, safe at the plate.
Well, I got to tell you, I love the way this guy just lets it rip. Ahead in the count, behind in the count. It really doesn't matter to this guy. He's just going to go up hacking. And he drives in a run right here as he just drills this one for 2 bases.
Carlos Torres is going to take over here in inning number 5, as it's going to be up to their bullpen to try and keep him in the game here. Adam Morgan to get a shot now in an RBI spot, so a chance to help his own cause here.
And he's got a hit in the game already, so he can handle the bat at least a little bit.
Here's the first pitch to him. The cutter runs outside, ball 1.
And even after the 2-out RBI, you still have a chance to help yourself out here with a hit. You got a man in scoring position.
cut fastball, and it's by him 1-1.
There's not a whole lot of conviction in that swing. It was almost like an afterthought, like an emergency hack.
2 out here and a runner at second. This one's flared out toward left. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. 1 for the Phillies here on the RBI double. 5 innings complete. It's now an 8-0 ball game. Number 3 will grab a bat and lead things off here in the top of the 6th.
Number 3.
Up and away to start the inning. It's 1-0. And a good heater as he just watches this baby, a ball and a strike.
And we all know that this guy doesn't really have the velocity to get it past a whole lot of major league hitters. So he's got to rely on that location, in and out, up and down, and that was perfect right there.
A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
Can you take a look there at the line from our starter? I mean, basically, he's allowed 3 singles so far, and that's it. They haven't been able to mount any real opposition against him so far.
Robin Yount will try it again. He's grounded out and struck out in 2 trips.
Yep, not showing too much so far, but he's got a chance to make something happen right here. See if he can put those other ABs behind him.
And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike. And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now.
And this is part of why he's had a lot of success so far. He's done a lot of work on the edges and stayed out of the middle of the strike zone.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Changes up on him there, but it's 1-2.
Tough pitch to lay off there with 2 strikes. I'm not sure if that was a good take or whether he just got fooled on a changeup and couldn't pull the trigger.
Ready on 1-2. And he struck him out. Strikeout number 8 now in the ball game for him.
Boy, his guys got him the lead back in the very first inning, and he hasn't looked back since. He's had everything go his way so far, and this inning's turning out to be no exception.
Hernan Perez will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Now, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0.
And that man right there, he's got to figure out some kind of combination to score some runs for him. They have really been scuffling.
Up top, it's 2-0. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Two and 1 after the foul ball there. Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. Oh, and he leaves the fastball up there. Mistaken location. He is going to pay for it dearly as that ball is sent over the wall. A home run. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. And they're now on the board, though still well behind.
Well, with the hole they dug themselves here early, it's definitely a long road back. But stranger things have happened, and who knows? Well, maybe we'll look back on this home run as being the one that got the huge comeback started.
Here's Ryan Braun now. As he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0.
Well, that's a pretty good spot to try and lock him up inside, but he can turn on that location if that's out over the plate.
Hit out towards second. Hernandez comes up with it. Throw on to the first baseman, Howard, and with that, the side is retired. But the Brewers get a run, and it comes here on the long ball. On to the bottom of the sixth. It's the Phillies 8 and the Brewers 1. Blaine Boyer will come on now to try and sort this mess out, as he'll likely be asked to go at least a few innings here. Cesar Hernandez will stand in to lead things off here in the Philadelphia 6th.
And he's already been on base 3 times in this ballgame, so let's see if he can do it one more time.
Too high to start the inning. It's 1-0. That's by him for strike 1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. That's going to even up the count at 2-2. Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out.
And this is where, as a pitcher, you've got to approach each inning like it's an entirely new ballgame. If you start dwelling on the deficit you're in right now, the hole that you've already dug yourself into, you're bound to make some more mistakes and just compound the problems. So that was a good start to a new inning right here.
Into the box, Freddie Galvis. He singled his last time up. Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. Set to deliver the 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball. Whoa, look out. That just about got him in the coconut. I think he took a little exception to that location.
Yeah, and so would I if I was down there. If you want to work inside, that's fine. But once you get up over the letters and closer to my head, now we're talking about a different story.
Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Calling for it, Neuenhuis. And that's the second out of the inning.
Now batting, third baseman, Mike Schmidt.
Mike Schmidt steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike 1. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Two out, nobody on. Grounded back up the middle. Yount from shallow center. And the throw is not going to be in time as he's able to reach base safely.
And when things are going well, these are the little things that just seem to start going your way. Nothing too amazing here, but this winds up an infield single, and the breaks just keep going their way.
Odubel Herrera will stand in looking for home run number 3 as we take it back to inning number 4. And this was his second home run of the game as he's been dialed in so far in this one. Into the seats, 0-1. Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1.
And the reason he's working away so much here is because he's got that big hole on the right side of the infield to worry about. You don't want to give this guy something where he can just roll over a ground ball and still get it into right field.
And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. That misses, and it's going to set up a big pitch now, 3-2. Throw over to first, and he's back standing. A runner on first with 2 away. Throws him for strike 3, and that retires the side. Phillies strand 1, and it remains an 8-1 ball game. Welcome back to Citizens Bank Park here in Philadelphia. It's on to the 7th inning now with the Phillies out in front, and it's a good time to check out our game summary through the first 6 innings so far. Chris Carter will stand in to lead off the inning. Middle third of the lineup, 4, 5, and 6 as they try to get something going.
And this whole lineup's been pretty quiet all game long. Just the 1 run, that's it.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Too high that time with the inning's first pitch. It's ball 1.
Well, one thing we've seen from this guy on the mound so far, when he makes bad pitches, they typically miss out of the strike zone. They don't miss in the zone where they can be crushed.
Can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1. One and one, here it comes. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Trying to strike him out for the 3rd time. Hit hard toward first. But a bit unlucky here as Howard's able to spear this thing for the first out.
Yeah, another good start to an inning for him here. He's really only made 1 bad pitch the entire game. That was the solo home run. Other than that, you can see there, not much to speak of at all.
Domingo Santana will stride forward now. He's bounced out a couple of times already here in the ball game.
Just a little off on his earlier swings, guys. He's got to keep that top hand palm up through contact to keep from rolling over.
Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1. You have to say they've really had a good game plan for attacking the 3, 4, 5 hitters all game long.
Yeah, and I think the only thing that's better than a game plan has been the execution of that game plan. You're exactly right. They've held this lineup at bay.
1-1. One out, nobody on. One and two now as that one's fouled off. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a ball hit on the ground. Schmidt scoops it up and a throw over to Howard, and that's the second out.
Up next for Milwaukee.
And you know, he really doesn't have to throw that changeup all that much for it to be an effective pitch. And you can see what his breakdown is so far.
Kirk Neuenhuis stands into the box. He's 0 for 2 so far in this one. Here's a high pop-up. Rupp has got it, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee. It's still an 8-1 ball game. Cameron Rupp steps into the box as the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 7th.
Catcher, Cameron Rupp.
First delivery to him on the way. Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Sent on the ground out to second. Perez fields it cleanly. A quick out number 1.
First baseman.
Well, he really bunched him up on that two-seam fastball right there. That's not a very confident swing either, and the result, just an easy ground ball.
Here's big Ryan Howard now. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. High and deep to right center. Neuenhuis going back on it. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out.
Up next for Philadelphia, right fielder, Aaron Altair.
Aaron Altair gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. Here comes the first pitch. And here's a fastball called for strike 1. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia, and it remains an 8-1 ball game. Number 9 will stand in to start out their half of the 8th with that starter still out there, and he's definitely been a tough nut to crack.
No, he's been dominant all game long, and I think part of it is that he got himself a nice lead early on, and that's allowed him to not really worry about making a mistake. He's been free and easy the whole way through.
On to the 8th now as the first pitch is a fastball that's looked at for ball 1. Well, that man right there is into his 8th inning of work now. Any concerns going forward?
Well, I think the only thing you have to worry about is that pitch count you see right there. Other than that, he's earned the right to stay out there. Usually the other team will tell you when you're starting to get tired.
2-0 now.
A much better approach here at the plate so far. He's not working from behind in the count like he has his first few at-bats.
3-0 now.
And it goes without saying, but this has to be in the strike zone. You don't want him on base to start off the inning.
No walks yet. Here's the delivery. And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1.
And at the plate, he might have been told, look, you're taken until you get a strike. It's not a bad idea.
And a good take there will net him a base runner as it's ball 4 now to start the 8th inning.
Yeah, that's a great job there of knowing your responsibility at the plate. You're down by a bunch here in the 8th, so you need base runners. That's a good first step.
Stepping in now, Jake Elmore, as he'll take a look at a slider that can't make it back to the corner. It's ball 1.
You've got to wonder if fatigue's becoming a bigger factor here to start the 8th.
One-0 count. Here it is. That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball.
Sometimes you just let a guy work his own way into trouble and then take advantage.
Over at the knees, and that's the second strike.
And if he's getting tired, it's not showing in his slider. That pitch is still as tight as it was in the second inning.
Here's the pitch on 2-2. On the ground towards second, right to him. There's one. Over to Howard, and indeed they get them both.
I think this one falls into the category of tailor-made. Here you go. 1, 2 hops to second, the feed to the bag, and a 4-6-3 double play. That's as easy as it comes.
Scooter Gennett will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 2, Scooter Gennett.
Hot shot to third. Schmidt has it. Throw on to the big fella Howard at first, and with that, the inning is over. This one pretty well in the bag. Home half of the 8th straight ahead. Phillies on top, 8-1. Rob Scahill will come on now in a mop-up role as he'll just try and keep this deficit from growing any larger. Peter Borges stands in, looking to build off that RBI double from his last plate appearance.
Boy, he had a great at-bat last time up, and he'll look for another pitch he can drive right here.
He'll hold off on the slider to start the at-bat. It's ball 1. Swung on and hit in the air down the left field line. On the move is Braun. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
Now batting.
8-1 our score as you look at our in-game line score. This one pretty much all over but the shouting. Adam Morgan will buy himself another at-bat, and in turn he'll get himself a nice little ovation for the work he's turned in on the mound so far.
He's been great. This is an appreciative crowd. They like what they've seen, and I don't blame them.
Now here's the pitch. And this is taken outside for ball 1. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Up high, 2-1 now.
This guy is almost no threat up at the plate. I mean, you could get away with fastballs right down the middle if you wanted to.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And he'll put this one away in foul territory for the 2nd out.
Sometimes when you're throwing 95 miles an hour, you can make a mistake and get away with it. Here, he just can't get on top of this one and winds up popping it up.
Cesar Hernandez ready for another at-bat now. He's 2 for 3 so far.
Yeah, and you can bet he'd love to get himself that 3rd hit. Those are the kind of games that puts a little extra pep in your step.
And he takes a cold strike, 0-1.
Oh, and you wonder if maybe he decided beforehand just to take a pitch up there first. Too bad for him because that thing was right down Broadway.
0-1 pitch on its way. And he falls behind 0-2. Good waist pitch, 1-2.
Well, I think that fastball is just for show there. He's not trying to throw this for a strike.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Breaking ball there is down. Good job of laying off. It's back to 2-2. Drilled to the right side. And this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single.
Oh, yeah, he's got that magic wand going now. That's his 3rd hit in 4 trips, all of them singles, and he's been a tough out all game long.
Freddie Galvis will stand in. He flew out his last time up. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Lifted in the air to straightaway left. And Braun will make the catch, and the inning is over. 1 left for Philadelphia, and it remains an 8-1 ball game. Robin Yount will start it off here in their half of the 9th, and no sign of a reliever. They're going to let him try to finish this one off.
Well, he's been brilliant so far, so why not see if he can take it the distance? It just doesn't happen these days very often.
Here we go with inning number 9 as the first pitch misses for ball 1. And now the second pitch of the inning will be his 100th of the ball game. Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1.
Here's a guy that understands. It's all about getting on base at this point. So good idea there just to wait for strike 1.
Drives it the other way to deep right. Altair ranging back. He tracks it down. A nice running play, and there's one away. 2 outs away from a victory here that you'd have to say will be a rather convincing one.
You know, Matt, in every phase of the game, hitting, pitching, defense, it all favors the home side here. Top to bottom, they've been the better team.
Hernan Perez will stand in again as we take you back to earlier in the ball game. This one swing here has been the entire offense to this point, as this home run accounted for the only run they've tallied so far. Off the plate and low here, ball one.
And for all the pitches he's thrown, only one walk so far. That's a little bit surprising.
One out, nobody on. Line to left. But pretty much right at the left fielder as he takes it in for the second out.
The minute he hits that, he's thinking it's a base hit all the way, but it's one of those situations where you get penalized for hitting the ball too hard. And this stayed up long enough to find the outfielder's glove out there.
Here's Ryan Braun now. As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1.
You know, guys, you watch the way he's pitched all night, and you'd be surprised to understand that he's thrown a first pitch strike to less than 50% of the hitters he's faced, and he's still pitching such a good game.
And that's taken for strike two, as now they're down to their final strike here this afternoon.
Oh, you like the way this guy is just going about his business here. He's got a big lead, but he's pitching like it's a tie game here in the ninth.
That misses 1-2.
On 0-2, if that's a curveball, a changeup, a sinker, then maybe you get a guy to chase. But it's much easier to lay off a pitch down there when it's a straight fastball.
Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one.
You know, I think you have to ask yourself, was he trying to throw a fastball for a strike right there? Or was he just trying to set me up for that changeup away?
A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. Now what's left of this crowd this afternoon gets to their feet. Now a swing and a ground ball. This should do it. And with that, I can finally say the 4 words I've had on my mind for what seems like an eternity. This ball game is over.
Well, we talked about how they needed a good outing out of this guy, and he gave them that and even more, finishing off the complete game victory.
One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory. And fellas, as always, a few guys we could have chosen from, but out of everybody, that's the man who stands out in my book. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he connected on a couple of long home runs, really put his guys on his back and carried them to the victory.
So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and the rest of our crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head on over to theshownation.com. The Phillies win this one 8-1. So long from Philly.
Our final line score this afternoon.
Doesn't get much better than this. Afternoon baseball from Wrigley Field in Chicago. Today we've got a good matchup in store between the San Francisco Giants and the Chicago Cubs. These two should provide some big-time fireworks. First pitch is coming up. John Lackey, a right-hander from the state of Texas, is the man on the mound here. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, he's still pitching effectively, even after all of these years. He's one of those guys that physically he doesn't still have the same attributes he did as a younger player, but what he's done, he's made up for it mentally. The way he approaches hitters, the way he goes after them, still one of the better guys in all the game.
Chop foul over towards the coaching box.
First pitch, 1-1.
Lackey steps into the windup. Here's the 0-1. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2.
And that's about where he'll sit with that fastball, 93, 94. And that's plenty hard enough to blow it by guys when you need to.
Fastball swung on and missed, and the leadoff man is gone on strikes to start the afternoon. So the bases are empty with one man gone, and that'll bring in the right fielder, Hunter Pence.
Hunter Pence.
Oh, and he looks like he's swinging a garden hose out there as this is cut on and missed for strike one. You get that feeling? That'll be a pitch we see a lot of as this game goes along.
And when he's throwing that thing good, a lot of times that's where it winds up. So these guys are going to have to prove they can lay off that thing in the dirt, or they're going to keep seeing it.
So let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Clyde Washington.
Yeah, Matt, Clyde has a bit of a reputation for rewarding pitchers that pound the bottom of the zone. Calls the game well, but we might see some strike calls below the zone that hitters aren't going to be too happy with.
Set to deal on 2-2. And a swing and a miss as they caught him reaching that time, and there are two away. Eddie Murray gets his first opportunity now in the top of the first with nobody on.
Number 33, Eddie Murray.
A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball one. 1-0. Just getting things underway here at Wrigley. And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
That's one of those fastballs that just never feels like it's going to be a strike. It's up at the letters, and that's a tough one to do anything with.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Oh, and this just jumps off the bat here as this is to deep straightaway right field, and you can pretty much forget about this one. That is a long home run. A solo shot here to straightaway right field as the Giants are staked to a 1-0 lead.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you're paying your big horse to do out there. I think he knew he wasn't going to get a fastball right there, so he just stays back as long as he can and then just explodes right through the zone.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Grounded to third. Bryant is up with it. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Giants off to a good start. Bye-bye, baby. It's a solo. Jeff Samardzija gets the start for San Francisco in this one. Eric, any thoughts?
Well, guys, he's been what you would call a fourth or fifth starter. Got a career ERA of over 4, but he will give you innings, and he is dependable.
Boy, in a perfect spot for the splitter there. It's 0-2. Drilled to the right side. A diving try, but he can't haul it in. It's through for a base hit. Into the box, Dexter Fowler, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
And you know, guys, he's not quite as successful when he's batting left-handed in general. He tends to have more success from the other side.
Now here's a slider that can't quite get back to the outside corner. It's ball one. Throw over to first, and the runner back.
Got a pretty good lead right there.
Ready with the 1-0 pitch. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Now on 2-0, we've got a fastball count, and we got a good fastball hitter. That might spell some trouble if he indeed gets one out over the plate.
And he gets the slider over here. It's 2-1 now. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. Waiting next is Anthony Rizzo. And the count will be full. Nobody out, runner on first. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And he's retired here, 1 away. And now time to check how Joe Madden has lined the Cubbies up in this one. Steve, what's the key for them here today?
Well, I think just putting this guy into the stretch early and often. Look to get the leadoff hitter on base to give themselves the best opportunity to score runs throughout the game.
Anthony Rizzo gets his first opportunity now. Runner at first with 1 gone.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate that the number 2 guy couldn't at least move that leadoff man into scoring position. And that makes it a little tougher on the middle of the order to drive in that early run.
Lays off 1-0.
One thing about our 2 starters, they'll both light up the radar gun all game long.
And this is sliced hard down the left field line. And this is going to be a fair ball heading out toward the 355 sign on the ivy. Around third and being waved on home. And the run will score all the way from first. It's 1-1. So a run batted in there on the double as they've come back to tie the game at 1 in the opening frame. Coming to the plate now, Chris Bryant. And he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities early in a ball game. It can change the entire complexion of the game if you can put the other guys on their heels right away.
And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1. Takes a pitch high and away for ball 1. 1 out and a runner on second base. 1-1 pitch is a slider that's cut on and missed for strike 2.
Well, there's the location you want right there. If that ball gets hit, it's going to be on the ground.
And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full 3-2.
He showed him that slider running away 2 times in a row. Now might be a good time to call him that 2-seamer running in.
Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. And he finally wins the battle as this is swung on and missed for the second out. Addison Russell, the hitter now, with a chance to pick up that runner from second with 2 away.
And this could prove to be a huge at-bat in this game because you don't want to let these type of scoring opportunities slip away early.
A lot of movement that time. It's 0-2.
And on 0-2, I'd be shocked to see another fastball in the strike zone.
Chopped foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. And another foul ball. Has to be thinking strikeout here. Hit to short. Nunez scoops it up. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. The Cubs get a run courtesy of Anthony Rizzo. Second inning coming up. All even at 1 apiece. Joe Panik will lead things off here as it'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up to kick off the second.
Baseman, Joe Panik.
And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball 1. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. And it's a fly out to start the second, 1 away.
Batting sixth, center fielder, number 2.
So 1 away here with the bases empty. And standing fourth is the left-handed hitting Denard Span. Lackey's ready. Here's the first pitch. And he gets ahead with the curveball. Strike 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he falls behind 0-2. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And he'll lunge out of the crouch to make the play for out number 2.
Well, here you go on show track. This is a cut fastball that he winds up making contact with down near the handle. And it winds up an easy pop out.
Standing in now, Angel Pagan. Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. Here's the 0-1. And that one cut a little too much. A ball and a strike. Hit the target, but this is low. 2-1. 2 out, nobody on. Smoke toward the hole. And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball.
Yeah, just a nice job of hitting that time. You can see he's got a strong top hand there, and he just hooks this one into the hole for a 2-out single.
Here's Connor Gillespie as he'll take a look at ball 1.
1 ball, no strikes.
Here comes the 1-0. And a breaking ball falls in there for a strike. It's 1-1. One and one, here it is. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Throw over to first by Lackey, and the runner back safely.
Why not? Make him get dirty.
Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. Ready on 1-2. And a cut fastball, but this bounces near the plate for a ball.
When a pitcher's close to getting through a quick inning, this is where you really need to grind out your at-bats. especially as a bottom-of-the-order guy, so this is a good job so far.
Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. 1 left for San Francisco. We'll go to the bottom of the second, tied at 1. Jorge Soler strides into the box now to lead off the home half of the second inning.
Jorge Soler.
And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. Swing and a liner. Foul. Here it comes on 1-1. Swing and a miss on the splitter, and it's 1-2. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning.
And this is why, as a hitter, working the count in your favor is so important. I mean, here, this is probably a ball, but you can't risk taking this pitch on 1-2 and hope that you get the benefit of the umpire's call. You pretty much have to swing at it, even though you probably wouldn't have been able to do much with it in the first place.
Here's the catcher now, Miguel Montero, as he'll pick on the first pitch and hit a ground ball towards second. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
Batting 8th. Catcher.
Settling in now, John Lackey. He'll get to take his first cuts here. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And a slider tails outside for ball 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Hot shot on the ground is short. Nunez is there. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. We played 2 full innings, and we are tied 1-1. It's a great day for baseball here in Chicago as we welcome you back to Baseball on the Show from Wrigley Field. Jeff Samardzija set to lead off the third. 9-1-2 due up.
Well, you know it's always a tough inning when your pitcher leads off for you because most of the time the guys just flat out can't hit. But who knows? Maybe he can get something started here and help himself out.
Too high that time with the inning's first pitch. Hits ball 1. Inside corner, a ball and a strike. Lackey gets the sign, coming home with the 1-1 pitch. Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2. And they got him to lunge at one there as this is popped high in the air over toward the left side of the infield. And 1 away now in the San Francisco third.
Well, always nice to get the inning started against the pitcher, and he sets him down easily for the first out of the third.
Eduardo Nunez will dig in for a second time. A strikeout victim opening up the ball game.
And remember, they got him on a fastball, so I got to figure they're going to attack him the exact same way.
And he lays off there 1-0.
And if he can get himself into a fastball count, don't be surprised if he has a big cut at something. Maybe try and break this tie ball game.
1 out, nobody on. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. And that gets down, and we'll see if that's extra bases. And he'll cruise into the bag at second with a 1-out double.
Now batting, Right fielder.
Yeah, he got a pretty good pitch to hit there. He puts a real charge into this thing. You see it rattle around the plant life out there, and he pulls into second with 2 bases.
Here's the right fielder, Hunter Pence, and he'll watch one miss up and away for a ball, 1-0. Runner goes for third. Pitch misses low. The throw down is not in time as he just gets in ahead of the throw.
And let's just train our camera on that runner leading off from second. He's watching that pitcher like a hawk. So once he sees that he's not paying attention to him, he just takes off. And the head-first slide gets him into third just ahead of the throw.
2-0 pitch on the way. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. 1 out and a runner on third. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
And they know full well the threat that this guy poses. So even down 3-1, I can't imagine he's going to get anything that he can drive right here.
Here it is on 3-1. Swing and a miss much too early, and that makes it a full count. Here's a swing and a ball hit into the air to left center and shallow. Hayward has it, and I'd be surprised if they send the runner. And they will tag him out at the plate. And that'll keep our ball game tied up as the inning is over. Jason Hayward digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. First offering to him stays upstairs. It's a ball and no strikes. Sent on the ground out to second. Fielded by Panic. Throws in time, and that's out number 1.
Yeah, it took him a few batters to get it going in the first, but after that first inning run, he's come back to retire the next 6 in a row.
Ryan Sandberg will stand in. He singled to lead off the home first.
Good job of going the other way. Almost felt like he was looking to go the other way, trying to drive it to the opposite field. Let's see if he does the same thing here.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Started to go around, but it's ruled strike 1 anyway.
Real good lateral movement on that 2-seam fastball. That pitch is money for him when it's moving like that. So just keep on throwing it.
In for a strike, and he jumps ahead 1-2 now. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. And a splitter here, but he had a bit too much on it as this bounces up to the plate. And that's low, ball 4.
That's an easy take right there on the 3-2 pitch. Not all that inviting at all. You want to at least make the guy think about hacking up there. Instead now he's on with 1 away.
Dexter Fowler will step forward now following the walk as he'll hit with a definite speed threat at first and 1 away.
You can bet he's going to see some fastballs in this at-bat. I'd be looking dead red.
First things first, here's a throw over. And a dive, but he's back in.
Just checking.
Runner goes for second. Pitch swung on and missed. The throw. Not in time as he steals second. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. Here it comes. And here's a pitch inside, and that got him.
And you know the problem with this slider, and it almost sounds stupid to say it, but sometimes it can literally move too much. I mean, it's a great pitch, don't get me wrong. But here, look at how far this thing runs in. That's a pitch that can be hard to control at times, and here it winds up costing him.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now, as Samardzija will get ahead of him here with strike one.
And there's not a whole lot of conviction in that swing. It was almost like an afterthought, like an emergency hack.
And he misses with it, 1-1.
Yeah, after that last swing, I would have thought they'd go right back in, but that's actually not a bad location because I doubt he was looking for something out there.
1-1, here it comes. Hit hard to short. The second for one. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. One left for the Cubs. Through three complete, all tied one apiece. Eddie Murray started out here for San Francisco with Buster Posey to follow on deck.
And this is a guy that can make a big change in this game with one swing of the bat because you know he has big-time power.
And a pitch up and in, keeping him honest, 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Hit well on the ground to first. Rizzo was there, and he'll take this to the bag of 3 unassisted for the first out.
The catcher, number 28, Buster Posey.
One away now. Here's the catcher, Buster Posey. Drilled down the line. A dive, but it's off his glove. And he won't risk the long throw across. He'll hang on to it. It's an infield single.
Up next for the Giants, second baseman, Joe Panic.
Striding into the box, Joe Panic. He flew out in his last at-bat. Lackey comes set. Here's the first pitch. Out in front of it, strike one. Outside for a ball, 1-1.
One strike.
And this one runs a little too far in, ball 2. Runner on first here with 1 gone and a 1-1 tie. And he'll try to take control of the inside part of the plate with the fastball as he backs him off a bit.
Well, I think it's time to attack now because these guys haven't been in too many good hitters' counts. This is where you need to pounce.
He's on the move again from first. Bat explodes as this has popped up. And he'll find a way to dodge the shrapnel out there to make the play for out number 2.
And this is pretty much what you call getting into a guy's kitchen. You can see pieces of the bat go everywhere, and he winds up with this little humpback liner for an out. As an infielder, you just got to make sure that the thing you're catching is made out of cowhide with stitches on it, and not out of maple, or you might be wearing the stitches.
Here's the center fielder, Denard Span, as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. One run, 4 hits, and no errors on the Giant ledger to this point. And Span will watch another one miss. It's 2-0 now.
And now with a 2-0 count, both pitches have been in. This might be where you say, all right, I'm going to let it fly if this next one's middle away.
This is hit softly to third. Leaps and makes a terrific catch. And with that, the side is retired. Get up there, big fella, and take away a hit at third. Back with more from Wrigleyville right after this. Chris Bryant is set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
Third baseman, number 17.
Into the windup and the pitch. First pitch of the inning misses here to the cleanup man. It's 1-0. Hard hit ball to second. Oh, he does get to it to knock it down. And some problems defensively as they allow him to reach first safely.
Now batting, the shortstop, Addison.
Into the box now, Addison Russell. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. Halfway to 100 pitches. Here it is. Splitter that misses too low, and he's behind 2-0 now. Late swing on the hitter's count. Still a good count for him now, however, at 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. Here it is. Hit hard up the middle. And that's through for a base hit. Make him 1 for 2 in this one.
There you go. Back-to-back singles here to open up the inning, have him set up in a good position to break this deadlock.
Jorge Soler is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
Good bite to the slider, and he takes strike 1.
And we've seen a lot of that pitch here in the first 4 innings, and it's been real effective for him, and that's another example right there.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out.
I'm not quite sure what that was all about. I don't think he knows either. That was almost in the on-deck circle.
Here's the catcher now, Miguel Montero. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball 1. That's wide, 2-0.
He's still got a couple pitches to deal with right here, but he's starting to lose command of his pitches. You got to take a step back, take a deep breath, and get back in the zone.
Slider taken for a called strike, 2-1.
And even though that's a strike, that's a good take. You want to be looking one pitch, one spot, so don't go swinging at that one. That was nasty.
Hits are now even at 4 apiece. And here's the ball lifted high into foul ground down the right field line. Pence is over, and he puts it away in foul ground for the second out.
The pitcher, number 41, John Lackey.
John Lackey gets a shot here with 2 on and 2 out here in the 4th.
And a big 2-out at-bat right here. You know, it's still early in this game, but you don't want to have to look back on this as a major missed opportunity later on.
First pitch of the at-bat. Below the knees, 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, you know, sometimes it's that natural tendency to let up just a little bit when you're facing the opposing pitcher. You know he's not going to do much damage, but you got to get refocused here because you do not want to go 3-0 to him.
Hitters count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Hit hard on the ground to second. Panic is there. On to first, and the Cubs squander what looked like a good opportunity. Angel Pagan will step in now to lead off the inning as his guys look to maybe break the rut they've been stuck in.
Yeah, and after that first inning, it's been all zeros since. And once he kind of got settled into that groove, he's been a difficult nut to crack.
Lackey looks in. Here's the 0-1. This is line to left, but coming on quickly is the left fielder to make the play for the first out.
Well, that one looked like for all the world it was a sure single leading off the inning. It was certainly hit hard enough, but evidently it was hit a little too hard as it winds up getting flagged down, and that's just a tough break.
Here's Connor Gillespie as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce one foul for the first strike. A screaming base hit here, his first of the night.
Now batting,
Jeff Samardzija comes to the plate, possibly receiving a bunt sign in order to stay out of the double play.
Yeah, and everybody's got a different opinion on this situation. But in reality, it really comes down to how the pitcher is with the bat in his hands and what he can do.
Showing bunt here, but he takes ball 1.
And you know, I've always thought if you're pretty sure a guy might be trying to bunt, then put that first pitch out of the strike zone. Tensions. Maybe you get him to offer it something that he shouldn't.
Here it comes, 1-0. And they'll try and play for 1 here as he gets this one down. And good hustle to get over and tag him for the out.
Well, this is a nice job here of giving himself up. You see him square and put this ball down over toward the right side of the infield, and that's just where you want it to be. They do put the tag on him, but, hey, he gets the job done.
Into the box now, Eduardo Nunez, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Oh, can't spot the cutter any better than that. 0-2 now.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Hit hard down the right field line, but foul. 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors on the Giant ledger to this point. Throws him for strike 3, and that retires the side. Giants leave 1. Jason Hayward comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th. First delivery to him on the way. And here's a slider that's nowhere close, and it's 1-0. And he misses again, 2-0.
And on 2-0, this is where he's the most dangerous up there. I know it's a fastball count, but I would maybe think about something else.
Here it comes, 2-0. 3-0 now.
And it goes without saying, but this has to be in the strike zone. You don't want him on base to start off the inning.
And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1.
Yeah, a much better pitch there than the one he threw on 2-0.
And there's a called strike at the knees as he was hoping for a base on balls there, but it's a full count now, 3-2.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
Murray in foul ground, and a rather easy first out.
Now batting.
The first thing a pitcher does when he walks out of the tunnel here at Wrigley, he'll take a look at those flags and see which way they are blowing. I mean, this place, it can play like 2 totally separate ballparks from one day to the next.
Ryan Sandberg stands in, reached on a walk in his last trip. Here comes the first pitch. And he'll try and crowd him there with a fastball to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. I'll tell you, he's already hit one guy. He is not afraid to work inside.
No, and as much as I hate to say it, pitchers have just as much right to the inside part of the plate as you do.
A strike, and it's 2-1. 1 out, nobody on. Chop foul over towards the dugout. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time, out number 2.
Well, you're always gunning for a strikeout when he's at the plate because his legs make him so dangerous, even when he hits just a slow grounder. So nice job of keeping him off base right there.
Here's Dexter Fowler now. Batting left-handed here as he takes a look at strike 1.
When you look at the way he's throwing the ball, he's thrown first pitch strikes to less than 40% of the batters that he's faced, and yet he's still pitching well, and we're in the middle of this ball game.
That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike.
1-1.
One and 2 now as that one's fouled off. And it's to 2-2 now with the bases empty and 2 gone here in the inning.
And that's the right spot for that slider. Really try hard to tie him up inside. And that's a good job to lay off, too.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Hunter Pence will start things out when we come back. We've played 5 full, tied at 1 aside. And there is Hunter Pence. He'll go to work trying to do something about breaking this 1-1 tie.
Hunter Pence.
First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. All even now, 2-2. Two and 2 count. Here it comes. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone.
Yeah, another good start to an inning for him here. He's really only made 1 bad pitch the entire game. That was the solo home run. Other than that, you can see there, not much to speak of at all.
Eddie Murray will stand in again, but first we'll flash you back to the very first inning of the ball game. And here you go, a solo home run that had him off and running early on. First pitch on its way. Here's his swing, and just foul, says the umpire, and he was right on that one. Lackey at an even 70 pitches now in the outing. Hit hard towards center, and that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit.
I've got to say, even as a right-handed hitter myself, there's something about a left-handed hitter's swing that's really fun to watch when they square one up. This is a cut fastball, but you see the nice extension, the good follow-through, and he just rips it into center field.
Runners off for second. Line to the right side. In there, a base hit. Now a long throw to third. But too late, and he's safe at third.
Yeah, it's not too often that you'll see a first pitch hit and run, but it worked out here. Usually you see it when the batter's ahead in the count. 1-0, 2-1, sometimes even 1-1. But they roll the dice right away, and it pays off perfectly.
And now the Cubs bullpen will start working here as both a lefty and a righty are up. Here's Joe Panik as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
Now at the plate, you're looking for something up in the zone. Try and keep it in the air. Make sure you don't hit into a double play.
Might have jammed him a little there as this is softly hit and foul off to the left. On his way to pitch number 75. And he gripped that one a bit too tightly as it broke down and just about got him.
And giving up hits is one thing, but judging by that pitch, he doesn't have any consistency with that release point. He's all over the place.
Fly ball out to right field. After it is Soler. Can't make the play, however. It's over his head. And the runner from third crosses the plate.
You know, maybe he was trying to get just a little too cute there with 2 strikes, and this is going to wind up costing him a run. I think they're hoping to freeze him on a little backdoor breaking ball right there, but this one bites off way too much of the plate, and he gets hammered for an RBI double.
On his way toward the mound now is skipper Joe Madden. And that's going to be all this afternoon for John Lackey. So he'll depart after 5 1/3 innings of work and with no shot to win the decision. Travis Wood will come on and try to get out of this mess here as there are 2 on with only 1 away.
Travis Wood.
Here's the center fielder, Denard Span. As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1. Tough spot here for a left-handed hitter, facing a guy that's exceptionally tough on lefties.
Yeah, you generally get so many at-bats against right-handed pitching. Now you're in a good RBI spot, and you're stuck facing a guy like this.
Chop this one right side. Rizzo is there. A tag from Montero. They got him at the plate.
Yeah, and I think, you know, with one away here, you're taught that this is the right idea. Even if you get tagged out, you have first and third with 2 away. If you stay, you have second and third with 2 away. So there's not much of a difference. So you might as well try to score anyway. No dice here, though.
Stepping in now, Angel Pagan, as he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Runners on first and third, 2 away. Now a snap throw to first, and the runner will get back standing.
Just keeping an eye on him.
Looking to keep this a 1-run game. Slapped hard the opposite way. And that will get down as he delivers a big one here. It's a base hit. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run's in to score from third. It's now 3-1.
Well, you got a good pitch to hit. This is out over the plate, and he knows just what to do with it. Drives this one to right field and picks up that RBI from third.
Here's Connor Gillespie as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. Two down, runners at first and second. And a fastball runs a bit inside. He's down 2-0.
I think he's letting this situation get the better of him out there. But you have to have a short memory if you're a relief pitcher. You can't dwell on what just happened.
That one's in there on the black, 2-1.
And we all know that this guy doesn't really have the velocity to get it past a whole lot of major league hitters. So he's got to rely on that location, in and out, up and down, and that was perfect right there.
That's going to even up the count at 2-2. Wood sets 2-2 on its way. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full.
And you can't afford another base runner here. So whatever your best pitch is, whatever one you feel most comfortable with, that's the one you want to turn to.
Here comes the payoff pitch. Fought off at the plate, and we'll do it again. He's ready. Now the payoff pitch. And he misses with it for ball 4. So the bases will be loaded now with 2 away.
Well, we knew he had to work carefully with the runner in scoring position, but I don't think a walk was what he had in mind. That's going to make things just a little trickier now with the bases loaded.
Jeff Samardzija will stand in now with the bases loaded, 2 away, and a chance to really help himself out.
And at the very least, he's got to focus on getting something in play. He can really help himself out with just a simple single here.
Trying to keep the game close. Here's the pitch. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike.
Now here on the mound, you cannot take it easy on the pitcher here with 2 outs. He can still bloop one in there and drive home 2, so you need to be thinking strikeout all the way.
And boy, they're really giving him fits inside now as he can't get extended there, and it's 0-2 now.
That got in his kitchen big time right there.
And this one's chopped foul right at home plate. The 0-2 home. Again, he sends it out of play. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now.
And not only was that way high, but you've got to be careful not to airmail one over your catcher's head.
He got him. And exhale as he's out of the jam, and the inning is over. Leading off the inning, Anthony Rizzo, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. In need of a quick inning here, but he starts this one with a ball. It's 1-0. For that man right there, just the one run allowed. The question is, can he make that lead stand up?
Well, he hasn't shown too many signs of cracking so far. He's got the look of someone right now who's ready to go the distance.
And it looks now like a right-hander's getting hot in the Giants' bullpen. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Ready to deliver the 1-2. Just tried to freeze him with the fastball there. Pretty close. It's 2-2. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Pagan on the run. One away.
Here's a look at his pitches by inning so far. That last one was number 84, so they're getting near the point where they'll need to start keeping tabs on him.
Chris Bryant steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. First offering on its way. And he takes a cold strike. 0-1. He continues to get ahead here. He's been in complete control.
I think you need to guard yourself from being overconfident, though. A bloop and a blast could still turn this game on its ear.
And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1.
That's what you have to do against a big sweeping slider like that. It starts in the zone, and it's probably going to finish out of the zone, so that's a good job just to lay off.
Oh, they have him looking awfully confused up there right now. It's 1-2.
And if he's getting tired, it's not showing in his slider. That pitch is still as tight as it was in the second inning.
And now a slider in there for a called third strike, and there are two gone now.
And that slider's been an effective pitch for him, no doubt. As you take a look there, what his pitch breakdown looks like so far.
Addison Russell will come in now with two away, and to this point at least, so much for having the 3-4-5 guys get the rally started.
Yeah, it's been an important inning for that man out there on the mound. He's held his ground, and he may get through the teeth of this lineup, still holding on to that lead.
And he'll take strike one on the fastball, registering at 93 that time.
And that man right there, he's got to figure out some kind of combination to score some runs for him. They have really been scuffling.
We're in the sixth inning here in a 3-1 ball game. Oh, good spot on the black for strike two. I'll tell you, he's been living on that corner all afternoon.
And you can tell guys at the plate, they're starting to get frustrated. He just hasn't made many mistakes at all. And when he has, they've been out of the zone.
Got him looking, and that ends the inning. Cubs are down in order. They still trail it here 3-1. Pedro Strop is on to pitch now as he'll take over to start inning number 7.
Number 46.
Eduardo Nunez will start the inning for San Francisco with Hunter Pence to follow on deck. Cubs have someone working in their bullpen now as a right-hander's begun to get loose. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike.
That thing's coming in there hot, 96 miles an hour.
Now a swing and a weak little line drive over to first. But an easy play there at first as that becomes the first out of the inning.
Yeah, and anytime you can get a guy like this to hit a ball like that, well, you know you've won the battle out there on the mound, and that was a good pitch.
Here's the right fielder, Hunter Pence, as the first pitch to him is taken low and away for ball 1.
1 ball, no strike.
Not close. It's 2-0.
And this is all about handling a guy like this with kid gloves. You know, walk him if you have to, but don't let him be the one to beat you.
And he gets this fastball over. It's 2-1.
Yeah, you know, he probably got the fastball he was looking for, but on 2-0, you can look for one pitch in one spot. And if it's not in that spot, you take it.
Gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1. Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. And he is down on strikes again. So get your hats out. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game.
Well, there it is. Hat trick, my friend. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game. You know, luckily, his guys are winning, so it kind of lessens the blow, but actually, not so much.
In now, Eddie Murray, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Hit in the air to center field. Fowler moves over. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Giants are down 1-2-3, but they hang on to a 3-1 lead. Leading off the inning, Jorge Soler, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, it's a close ball game, but it's starting to get late, so they need to get at least one back here in this inning.
Samardzija's ready. Here comes the first pitch. And that's dead center for strike 1.
And here's where you don't need to be an RBI guy. You don't need to be a home run guy. You have to be a leadoff guy. Just get on base somehow to give that tying run on deck a shot.
Good hard slider there, but it runs away. It's a ball and a strike.
Well, one thing we've seen from this guy on the mound so far, when he makes bad pitches, they typically miss out of the strike zone. They don't miss in the zone where they can be crushed.
And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Struck him out as his woes continue, as that's his 3rd strikeout of the game.
And boy, you talk about a guy getting himself in a groove. How about 10 in a row he's retired now? He's just making it look easy.
Miguel Montero will step in now. He's bounced out and flown out in his first 2 plate appearances. Hit out towards second. Throw gets him, 2 down.
And, you know, against a lot of second basemen, this is going to be an infield single. But watch how he fields this thing and then maneuvers his body into a good throwing motion and unloads it quickly to get his man.
Tommy La Stella will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Tommy La Stella.
Cut fastball inside, ball 1. EK, the starter, creeping up on 100 pitches now, but that number alone doesn't appear to be affecting him too much at all.
Yeah, he still looks sharp. Still, with the way that teams handle pitchers nowadays, I don't think he'll wind up going much further.
Had nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1. Next pitch will be number 100 for him now through 6 2/3. We're in the 7th inning with a good finish brewing. 3-1 our score. And a bouncing ball, foul. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a liner, but this will be foul. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. Score. C.J. Edwards will be summoned from the bullpen now as he'll take over to start inning number 8.
C.J. Edwards.
Leading off the inning, Buster Posey, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning.
Well, you know, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
On to the 8th now, as the first pitch is a fastball that's looked at for ball 1. That ball's headed for the gap in left center. He's got a base hit, possibly more. The relay, and he's going to make it. He's in at second base with a leadoff double.
Well, these guys know the deal from the offensive standpoint. They've got to add on to give their bullpen just a little more breathing room. And this is a good start as he jumps all over this one and drives it for 2 bases.
Here's Joe Panic, as he'll take strike 1 on the inside corner.
And you know, this is a guy that loves the ball down and in. It's one of the locations he really covers well, so they're going to want to mix their spots here.
Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Curveball got him swinging for the first out.
And this is where the scouting report really pays off. I mean, sometimes you just got to go looking for a soft spot in the guy's zone, and they found one there.
Here's the center fielder, Denard Span, as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. A ball and no strikes. Here it is. And he looks at a changeup in there, 1-1. This is hit sharply to the left side. A leap, but he can't bring it down. Base hit. And they won't risk it at third, so they're at the corners now with only 1 away.
Now batting, left fielder, Angel Pagan.
Angel Pagan steps in after hitting an RBI single his last time around. They'll try and entice him with a high fastball, but he wouldn't commit. It's ball 1. Nail-biting time now in that third base dugout.
Well, things are starting to spiral here, and you've got to make sure this doesn't spin completely out of control.
A 1-0 delivery. That evens it up, 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. High and wide. 2 balls and a strike. You get the sense that he might be overthrowing a little out there.
You know, and that's such a common problem for young relievers. Sometimes you got to learn to dial it back a little bit and then get it back in the strike zone.
Now he turns on one and rips it down the line. And he has delivered one of the biggest at-bats of the afternoon as he cashes in with a base hit. They'll cash in here as the run is in to score from third, and it's a 4-1 game.
You think he was looking for a fastball there? I think he was. That's about as hard a hit ball as you're going to see, and he was right on that one.
Here's Connor Gillespie as he'll hit a ground ball here to the right side. And a sliding attempt at first, but this sneaks by him, a base hit. And they will hold that runner over at third as he'll move up only 90 feet, but the bases are loaded with one away.
You could see him just basically jumping at that first pitch. He pulls it into right field for a solid base hit.
Hector Rondon will come on now, really needing that double play ball as the bases are loaded here with only one man out. Into the box, Jeff Samardzija. And a check swing here, but he clearly went around on a pitch that would have been a strike anyway. It's 0-1. Rondon's ready. 0-1 on its way. On the ground to second base. This could be 2. There's 1. On to first. And talk about doing the job out of the bullpen. 1 batter, 2 outs, and the inning is over. 4-6-3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. Back for more from the north side after this. Leading off the inning, Jason Hayward, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Jason Hayward.
Now a fastball as he has to lean out of the way there. Well, that man right there is into his 8th inning of work now. Any concerns going forward?
Well, I think the only thing you have to worry about is that pitch count you see right there. Other than that, he's earned the right to stay out there. Usually the other team will tell you when you're starting to get tired.
And a good heater as he just watches this baby, a ball and a strike.
Yeah, and that fastball still got some life to it, even over 100 pitches.
And now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. In the air now, out to right field. And this will be handled by Pence for the first out.
Well, this is a situation where a home run here isn't going to tie the game. And he's got to work on just hitting down on the ball and hopefully trying to get on base. Instead, it's just an easy fly ball in a game where they're running out of outs.
Ryan Sandberg comes on with 1 away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. I know we have a tendency in the media to get hung up on pitch counts, but this is a legitimate workload he's sweated through so far.
Yeah, anytime you get up around that 110 mark, you put in a full shift, and he's fast approaching it here.
And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now. Dexter Fowler will stand in now with 2 away, needing to really get something started here.
And their chances of getting back into this ball game are growing dimmer by the batter.
And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1. And he takes this one high, 1-1. Pulled high in the air out to right field. And Pence will move over to make the play to end the inning. Cubs are down in order. They trail it 4-1. Kicking off the top of the 9th, Eduardo Nunez,
for San
as they'll
Francisco.
look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning.
And you know, guys, I love a guy like this leading off an inning for you. He makes good contact, and he can run.
Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a cold strike. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the ninth inning gets underway.
Up next for the Giants.
Hunter Pence
Right fielder.
struggling so far in this
Hunter
one. He'll look to
Pence.
erase his 0 for 4 ball game with a base hit right here.
Oh, man, it's never fun to go over, but let's see if he can find a way to climb out of it.
Rondon looks in. Here's the 0-1. And here's a swing and a miss that time by Pence as he falls behind here, 0-2. Really a good job so far by this guy out of the bullpen.
Yeah, he's come in and really put his stamp on this game. He's throwing a lot of strikes. That's what you want.
And he struck him out again. So that's the old sombrero there, partner. 4 strikeouts in the ballgame.
The first baseman.
Eddie Murray strides into the box now. Launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1. 2 out, nobody on. And it's quickly 0-2. Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2.
The crowd thought they had him, but definitely outside. Not by a whole lot, though.
The 1-2 pitch. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Giants down in order as they hold on to a 4-1 lead. Sergio Romo will come on now, trying to finish this one off here in the bottom of the ninth. Striding in to start the ninth, Anthony Rizzo, and they'll need him to get something going here. And a fastball to start things out here. Not close. It's a ball and no strikes.
Well, that's a good thing that pitch was above the strike zone, because a few inches lower, and that ball's right in his wheelhouse.
Up top, it's 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Now a ball hit hard but foul as this one forces the third base coach to dance out of danger. Set to deliver on 2-1. Sent foul again, and after being way ahead, now it's even at 2-2. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a little tapper. That goes foul, so he stays alive with 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, and that'll get a groan from the home supporters here. 1 away. Chris Bryant will stand in, needing to do something here to get on base as they're down to their final 2 outs.
Yeah, and you just can't worry about the score right here. You just got to be able to string together a couple of base runners and take it 1 pitch at a time, 1 runner at a time.
Righty against righty as this is taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Went about halfway there, but it's a called strike regardless. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Oh, he wanted that one, but it misses for ball 3. Addison Russell is on deck. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And that misses for ball 4.
And you'd like to say, good job there, good eye. But in reality, nobody's swinging at that pitch. It's not even close.
Santiago Casilla is on now to try to close things down here in the 9th.
Now pitching for San Francisco, number 46, Santiago Casilla.
Addison Russell will be the first to greet him here as he'll stand in with a runner at first and 1 away. And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. And a fastball there is inside as that one backed him up a bit.
Well, clearly no intent with 2 strikes, but you've got to make sure that pitch doesn't get away from him.
Oh, and he can't catch up to the fastball as he swings and misses for the 2nd out.
And sometimes it doesn't quite matter how hard a thrower a guy is. If he can locate, he's going to be successful. The location here is absolutely spot on. Right on the inside corner. That's a tough, tough pitch.
In is Jorge Soler. Curveball bounces, and that gets by to the backstop. And just what they wanted offensively as the runner moves into scoring position.
Well, he's in this game here trying to close this thing out, but he just made his job a little more difficult here in the 9th inning. This one gets away, and that will most certainly be scored as a wild pitch.
One-0 count. Here it is. Perhaps a little low there. It's 2-0. That man's team has definitely shot itself in the foot with all the strikeouts so far.
It seems like it's been a growing trend so far, but man, you've just got to be able to put the ball in play when you've got runners in scoring position.
Here he comes on 2-0. And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1. And this is swung on and missed, so the Cubs are down to their final strike here. And this misses, so that'll fill the count at 3-2.
And obviously a walk here would be a huge development in this game with 2 outs in the 9th inning. You don't want to bring that tying run to the plate.
Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
And you know what? I don't care who you're playing. You know, it's never easy to go out on the road and win any game. So that was a great effort by them in every phase of the game.
One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory. Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he wound up turning things over to his bullpen in the ninth, but still, 8 strong innings for him. And he was hitting his spots all game long.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Caro, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. The Giants are victorious here, 4-1. So long from Wrigleyville.
Our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Giants.
America's finest city. What a gorgeous afternoon for baseball we have in store from Petco Park. Coming up, we've got a good matchup in store between the New York Mets and the San Diego Padres. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. Number 61 gets the start for San Diego in this one. Eric, any thoughts?
Well, guys, remember, this starting pitcher, he's a rookie, so we'll see how he handles his nerves in this one.
And the first pitch of the afternoon is taken for ball 1, and we are underway downtown. And now this misses as well as he's behind the leadoff man this afternoon, 2-0 now.
Yeah, and he didn't even have to think twice about that one. And now he's got a good hitter's count here, 2-0.
3-0 now. And a good comeback there. It's 3-1.
Yeah, just a get-me-over fastball. Anything to avoid a 4-pitch walk to start the game.
Hit out of play, and it's a full count now. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Really good at-bat here from the leadoff hitter as he'll force him to throw another one. Locked in a good battle. Here comes another one. Fights off another pitch and hits it foul right at the plate. Full count. Here it comes. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. And that misses, ball 4. So a good battle to begin the ball game today, but the leadoff man will reach first anyway.
Batting second,
David Wright gets his first shot here with a man on following the leadoff walk.
And you know, guys, we talk about it all the time. Leadoff walks are so dangerous.
And he's into second safely with a stolen base. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Hit the other way out toward right field. Moving under it, Quinn. And that's the first out of the inning. And he'll make it up to third safely here with one away.
Batting third,
Alejandro De Aza is in trying to pick up that first run in the top of the first inning. They've got the leadoff man at third now with one away. Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0.
Very tempting up there, but that's also a pitch that a lot of guys will pop up. So that's a nice job of laying off.
Fastball at 94 miles an hour, and it's 1-1.
And you know, I think it's going to be important that when guys get their pitches, they take advantage. There it looked like he was taken all the way, and he may not get another pitch that catches that much of the plate.
A man at third with one away. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
2-2.
Lofted in the air out to right field. Quinn on the move. Makes the catch, but the runner from third breaks for home. And he will score on the sacrifice fly as he's in with our first tally of the ballgame.
the right fielder, number 19.
In now, Jay Bruce, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Now here's a slider that can't quite get back to the outside corner. It's ball 1.
Now after that sac fly, this is where you got to just clear the deck and start this inning over.
Low and away as he misses again, 2-0. Down low, and the plot thickens here, 3-0. You have to figure that he's really going to need to keep the walks in check if he's going to have success here.
I was thinking the same thing. No free rides. You got to make these guys earn it.
And Bruce will lay off that one. He's aboard. It's ball 4.
The catcher, number 8, Gary Carter.
Gary Carter stands in as he looks at ball 1 here.
Just because he's thrown 5 straight balls doesn't make this an automatic take, especially if for a guy in this part of the lineup.
In there, 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Three and 1.
Yeah, that's a good spot to miss against a guy like this. He loves that pitch up in the zone. Most power hitters do, so that's not a bad idea to give him one above the legs.
And he misses again, ball 4. And that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on balls.
Center fielder, number 3, Curtis Granderson.
Here's the first pitch to him. Curtis Granderson is the batter now as he looks at a ball, 1-0.
Now here's a spot with a run home already. That looks nice on the scoreboard. But if you could put up a 2 or even a 3 spot here in the first, that could really go a long way against a guy like this.
A little bouncer. Foul ball, strike 2. Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now.
Yeah, and when you're almost hitting guys, that's a sign that he's a little bit jumpy out there to start this game. So that's a good move.
Oh, and meanwhile, this pitch rides too far in and winds up hitting him. As Drupal Cabrera has a great opportunity now to break this game wide open as he comes to the plate with the bases loaded.
Yeah, I'm sure he's been watching closely here, Matt. Always feels great to get some run support from your guys.
Well, should be 2-0, but he goes way out of the zone to go after that one, and it's even 1-1.
And that's a pitch he needs to get working here in this first inning. He can solve a few problems here if that pitch comes around.
Had nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1. Looking to minimize the damage here. That's going to even up the count at 2-2. Oh, and he's hit by the pitch. And that'll be a painful run batted in. In to score is the runner from third. It's a 2-0 ball game.
James Loney.
James Loney is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1.
Well, this is starting to feel like a make-or-break moment in this game. They can't afford to fall further behind this kind of team and hope to mount a comeback.
Now a little pop-up off toward the first base side. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. And he couldn't get him to chase the 0-2 fastball. It's 1-2. Able to protect the plate with 2 strikes, and he'll see another one. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Froze him for strike 3, and that retires the side. So they wind up with 2 in the inning, but it could have been a lot worse as they leave the bases loaded. On Bartolo Colon, the right-handed native of the Dominican Republic, will be the starter. EK, what's the word on him?
Well, guys, he's still pitching effectively, even after all of these years. He's one of those guys that physically he doesn't still have the same attributes he did as a younger player, but what he's done, he's made up for it mentally. The way he approaches hitters, the way he goes after them, still one of the better guys in all the game.
John Jay is in to start things off here as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. Colon sets his sights, coming at him with the 0-1. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And a rather easy first out. With a moment here in downtown San Diego, we'll look at the Padres starting lineup. What's going to be the key for him today, Steve?
You got to be swinging at good pitches. Avoid wasting at bats by going out of the strike zone on this guy.
At the plate, Will Myers. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Right there for strike 1.
That first pitch is going to be key all night long. If he gets ahead early with the fastball, that's when he can get tough to figure out, especially with the arsenal that he has.
And that's in there as well. 0-2 now. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. That misses. 1-2.
And that's a good spot for that fastball on 0-2. I mean, that couldn't have been an easy take.
And a slider runs away from him there, and the count levels at 2-2. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Swing and a miss as he ran that 2-seamer right by him for the second out. With a moment now, let's take a look at the defense for the New York Mets. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, Matty, if you can say there is a defensive threat on this team, he's standing down there at first base. I say that because he's very good at keeping balls in front of him, helping his fellow infielders. Just a guy that's an asset every single game.
Tony Gwynn gets his first cuts now. The bases are empty, and there are 2 away here in the opening frame. After it is Granderson. And that's the third out. 3 up, 3 down for San Diego. They trail things here 2-0. Bartolo Colon makes his way to the plate. He'll get us started here in the top of the second.
And they jumped out to that early lead, so now it's all about just adding on.
Here comes the first pitch. And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball 1. That evens it up 1-1. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Fastball swung on and missed for the first out. Jose Reyes will get a second shot now. He worked out a walk to open the ball game.
And you know, Matty, it was a really good at-bat he put together, too. He saw a lot of pitches, and that's exactly what you want from your leadoff guy.
And a fastball there is inside as that one backed him up a bit.
And you know what? That's not a big breaking ball coming up high and tight. That's going to get your attention a little.
Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Gwynn giving chase, and he makes the catch for the second out.
The third baseman, number 5, David Wright.
Digging in to try it again, David Wright. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Well, at least he was able to get it into the outfield, and that's more than most of his teammates can say so far.
First offering on its way. Hit hard on the ground to the right. He gets dirty, but he can't make the play. It's a base hit.
The batter, left fielder,
Alejandro De Aza digs in here, having earned an RBI on a sac fly in his first plate appearance. Throw over to the bag. Runner back safely. Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1.
And now you got to regroup after the 2-out single. You're in a dangerous spot in the lineup, so the inning's not over yet, not by a long shot.
2 out with the man at first. And that's cut on and missed by De Aza as he's in a quick 0-2 hole now.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
Gwynn looks up. Gone! So it's a 2-run shot to right center, and the Mets have jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Here's Jay Bruce now.
Jay Bruce.
As he swings and hits this one foul off to the right and out of play. And that's inside off the plate with the fastball. It's 1-1. High pop up. Myers is there for it. And that ends the inning. But the Mets do strike for 2, both coming on this. Leading off the inning, Joe Carter, and they'll need him to get something going here. Colon into his motion. Here's the first pitch. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. That's on the corner to put him behind now. 1-2.
Nothing fancy. 3 fastballs so far in this at bat. He could go just about anywhere from here.
Now a swing, and he pops him up right up the chute. This may be tough behind the plate, and he's set down 1 away.
Batting fifth.
You see here on show track, that pitch up and in just ties him in knots. You leave that out over the plate, you'll be in trouble, but if you can locate there, things will be just fine.
Standing in now, Brett Wallace. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. Too tight with that one. 3-0. One out, nobody on. And that misses as well. Ball four, so it's a 4-pitch walk here.
And once they fell behind in the count, I think this is a case where they just say, look, you're going to have to fish for something because we are not going to just lay one right in there for you. Probably not a bad decision against a power guy like this.
Yonhervis Solarte takes his first shot here with a runner at first now and one away. First pitch coming, here it is. And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0.
Well, not really how you want to start the next guy after a walk. That pitch isn't even close.
And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
Yeah, that first fastball took off on him a little bit. This is a much better spot.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Runner at first here, one man out. Chops it foul at home plate as the count moves to 2-2 now. The 2-2 pitch. On the ground to third. Reyes. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. Around the horn they go. 5-4-3 to end the threat. We're back at Petco Park in just a moment. Another beautiful day here in San Diego as we get a look at La Jolla Cove, and we're all set to begin the top of the third from Petco. Gary Carter is into the box as we are all set to begin the third.
Well, guys, they jumped out to that big lead early on in this game, but you really can't get comfortable. You have to keep putting pressure on.
Into the windup and the pitch. Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here 0-1.
Now, after a rough couple of innings, you'd like to give your guy a chance to straighten himself out here, but I also think you got to keep your options open in case he just doesn't have it.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike.
Ball, one strike.
And he lays off a pitch down and away. Ball two.
He just keeps getting himself into trouble out there. Here's another guy that you've got to make swing the bat.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
One strike.
Waiting next is Curtis Granderson. Swinging a ball hit softly on the ground, but this will wind up foul as he runs the count full now. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. And he lays off there, ball four. So the leadoff man is on here to begin inning number 3.
Hey, you know what? That's all right. He gave him a pretty good battle up there, and he never gave in to him. A walk you can work around. A home run, you can't.
Curtis Granderson walks into the box after being hit by a pitch in his first appearance, and that has to be a little motivation to do something big right here.
And he knows there was no real intention to hit him right there, but that doesn't make you feel any better to get hit. and he'll be looking to get some revenge right here.
Out in front of it, strike one. 0-1, here's the pitch. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. You see anything mechanically that leaps out at you about what might be going wrong?
I just kind of think he's overthinking things out there. You hear catchers talk about telling pitchers to trust their stuff, and I think right now he's just not trusting his stuff.
Nobody out, runner on first. And Granderson trying to work his way aboard. He's got it to 3-1 now. A lot of deep counts for these guys early on.
And the more the better as far as they're concerned. They'd like to get him out of here as quick as they can.
Fastball is taken for a strike, and he runs it full 3-2.
Might not be a bad time to have a look over to first. Make sure they don't have any ideas of trying to send him to keep out of the double play.
Pulled high in the air out to right field. Quinn has a beat on it. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
The shortstop, number 13.
Now at the plate, Asdrubal Cabrera, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
You know, and this is his power side from the left side. He's got quite a bit more pop in that bat hitting left-handed.
And he'll take this over to the bag for the out, but meanwhile the runner moves into scoring position at second.
Now batting.
Action now in the Padre bullpen as it looks like a right-hander's getting loose out there. James Loney is in for the second time here as he looks at one outside. It's 1-0. And now you've got a base open here with the pitcher on deck. Is this a workaround situation?
I think absolutely. With 2 outs here, no sense in giving this guy anything to hit if you can pitch to the pitcher instead.
One and one, here it comes. And Loney takes that one that misses. It's 2-1. Oh, and not an easy pitch to lay off of, but he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1. 2 out here and a runner at second. And he takes ball 4. So now at least they're set up for the force at any base here with 2 away.
Well, at the very least, this is going to allow the pitcher to hit here in this inning now instead of having to lead off the next inning.
Bartolo Colon gets a chance to swing away, and he'll have a chance to increase his lead if he can deliver something here with 2 gone.
Well, you know, some pitchers flat out just don't like to go up there and swing it, and I get it. Most of them can't hit at all. But, hey, this is an opportunity right here to help your own cause.
That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And with 2 walks in the inning already, he can't afford to fall behind anybody else if he wants to stay in the game.
Up high, 2-1 now.
And one thing you can't do here, you cannot lose him and load the bases. He's still got a couple pitches to play with, but I'd expect this one to be somewhere in a strike zone.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. And a big swing and a miss here, 2 strikes.
Hey, give him credit up there. He's going to take his hacks.
2 down, runners at first and second. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Number 11 settles into the box for his first chance.
Second baseman.
Colon gets the sign. First pitch on its way. Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. And he lays off for ball 1. And this one runs a little too far in, ball 2. All even now, 2-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss as he couldn't connect on the two-seamer, and that's out number 1.
And you'll get a good look at the grip on his two-seam fastball. You grip it along the narrower seams on the baseball, and that gives it that running action you don't see on the four-seamers.
The catcher, Derek Norris, is in, as he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball 1.
That's what you have to do against a big sweeping slider like that. It starts in the zone, and it's probably going to finish out of the zone, so that's a good job just to lay off.
Padres still with the big goose egg in the hit column thus far.
Nope.
And this one's high and tight, backing him up 2-1. Hit hard on the ground to third. Gloved by Wright. Throw to first, and Colon's looking good here as he gets 2 quick ones to start the inning. Number 61 steps in now. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And that's on the outside corner for a strike. Well, that pitch isn't going to light up the radar gun, but it's been effective.
Well, it doesn't have to. If you get that good movement and put it in the right spot, it's plenty good enough to do the job.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Got him swinging in the dirt. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. Padres down in order. They're down 4-0. Jose Reyes is ready here as we begin the top of the 4th.
And guys, this is the guy you want leading off this inning. He's your leadoff man, so maybe he can get things started, set the table for a little bit of a rally.
First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0.
And for that guy right there, this is going to be an important inning. He's already given up 4 runs through 3. And you know, they need to get a minimum of 5, hopefully 6 innings out of him. So he needs to show something right here.
Popped high in the air. Solarte is camped under this one, and he puts it away for the first down.
The third baseman,
wow, that's got to be a frustrating at-bat right there, because you feel like you're all over a pitch, and then maybe your mechanics break down just a little bit. You get underneath it, and it just becomes a harmless pop-up.
So the leadoff man retired now for David Wright. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Good bite to the slider, and he takes strike 1. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
0-2 is the count.
Here it comes on 0-2. And a good 0-2 pitch there, but Wright able to lay off to make it a ball and 2 strikes.
Oh, classic strikeout pitch there on 0-2. It's one he loves going to, but great recognition there at the plate to lay off.
Chopped toward the second baseman. He's got it. Throw to first is in time to take care of Wright, and that's the second out.
And you know, against a lot of second basemen, this is going to be an infield single. But watch how he fields this thing and then maneuvers his body into a good throwing motion and unloads it quickly to get his man.
This is in the air out to left field. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Mets go down 1-2-3. Leading off the inning, John Jay, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Still pretty early, but they don't have any hits yet, so you need to get it going offensively.
Colon's ready. First pitch on the way. A fastball off the plate away. It's ball one. And he looks at a changeup in there, 1-1. Swing and a liner, but this is a foul ball. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Now a fastball taken outside here as it moves it to 2-2 now. Lifted the other way to left center. Granderson on the move, but he's not going to get this one. It's into the gap, and he will pull in here with a leadoff double.
Now batting, first baseman.
Striding into the box, Will Myers. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometimes.
Set to deliver the 0-1. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. And they really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
You want to talk about throwing a fastball in a guy's kitchen? He came in, sat down, had a cup of coffee with him. You aren't going to tie a guy up any better than that.
Into the box, Tony Gwynn, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
And you know, if you're going to challenge a guy up in the zone with a fastball, why not do it on the first pitch? A lot of times he's going to be taken anyway, and you just bought yourself a strike that you can now throw anything off of.
And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1.
Well, that's a good spot for that two-seam fastball. You know, remember, that'll run away from left-handers, so a good idea to work the outside edge.
No runs, just one hit. No errors in the ballgame for the Padres. And he finds a way to catch the zone here. It's 1-2. High in the air and deep to left center field. Granderson going back, but he won't get there as it lands just shy of the wall. And the run is in to score from second. It's now a 4-1 game.
Well, he gives this ball a pretty good ride. No shot to get this one, as it's going to wind up hitting on the track and one hop in the wall out there. He's going to wind up pulling into second with an RBI double.
Joe Carter comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. Both teams with just 2 hits apiece thus far. Pickoff move to second. Runner's back.
Simple throw over there.
Here it comes, 1-0. A good tailing fastball for a strike, 1-1. Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. One out and a runner on second base. Now a fastball as he has to lean out of the way there. But one thing he's shown so far, he's not afraid to work inside.
Yeah, with that base open right now, he shouldn't have to be afraid. If you do hit him, big deal. Get the next guy.
Chop foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Now a swing and a fly ball. On the move is Bruce. He makes the play. Really had to hustle to get to that one. 2 gone now. At the plate, Brett Wallace. He drew a walk his first time up. He's set. Here it comes. In tight here with the first pitch fastball that's 1-0. Change up low, 2-0.
Yeah, he's got an open base here. Looks like he's going to use it.
Three and 0 now. Green light here on 3-0.
Yeah, I want my run producer swinging the bat. If it's my number 7 hitter, probably not.
And that misses, ball 4. So it's first and second now with 2 out.
And that's not the first time he's had the bat taken out of his hands. You see right there, a lot of pitchers just said, hey, with an open base, forget about it. I'm going to let the next guy try to beat me.
Chop foul at the plate, strike 1. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Here's the 0-2. Trying to go the other way. This is looped out toward third. But this won't get past the Gold Glover right as he spears it at third to end the inning. Padres pick up a run on the RBI double. We played. Jay Bruce heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one. Looks like double-barreled action now in the San Diego bullpen as they get a lefty and a right-hander up to throw. And the first pitch of the inning here misses down and in for a ball. It's 1-0.
Well, this start's been a real bear for him so far. You see the pitch count here to start the 5th. That has to be a concern.
Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Up around the letters with that one for ball 2.
This is a good approach when you're facing a pitcher you're not too familiar with. So take a look at a few and see what he's got.
Lays off a fastball, but it's over for a strike. 2-1.
Yeah, showing no fear there. He put the pitch right at the letters away, but that guy didn't want any part of it.
Belted high and deep into right center. Back goes Jay to the track, to the wall. And a climbing attempt at the wall, but this ball is gone. A solo shot there for Jay Bruce as they stretch the lead to 5-1. Here comes the Padre manager up out of the dugout heading for the mound. And it would appear he's seen enough of his starter this afternoon. Stepping in now, Gary Carter. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball 1.
They've already walked him twice already, so I wouldn't be surprised if they worked around him again.
5 runs, just 3 hits, and no errors on the Mets line score so far. And maybe a little frustrated.